Mail call in prison is like hitting the lottery. It's the moment of the day that you know that someone is signaling that they absolutely still love you and care about you.
I served over 20 years, and to be able to have a connection through a postcard is what kept me going, is what gave me hope.
Family connectivity is the #1 contributor towards success after prison.
What if you could connect to someone in prison as easily as you do with someone on social media? That's what Marcus created with Flikshop. Take a photo, add some text, and for 99 cents, have it printed on a postcard and sent to any person in any cell, anywhere in the world.
95% of people in prisons are coming home one day. We want to see people come out of these jails and prison cells and stay out. And so how we build the scalable tech that solved that problem was going to be key.
You just started your dream business. How much profit would you need to pay your basic living expenses like rent and ramen? This is a show on the economics of entrepreneurship and founders turning their dreams into reality. This is Ramen Profitable.
It was interesting going to prison as a 15-year-old kid. You know, in prison, it's a dark and hopeless place, and most of us felt as though we didn't matter anymore once we got that prison sentence. It was my mom's letters and her photos that saved my life. My mom provided a lens, a window into the world that others weren't getting in those cells. I remember when I came home, I knew that I wanted to be able to help keep families connected the same way I was connected to my mom. I think your other side is your, I had no idea how to build a tech company. I mean, all of the capital for our company was coming out of another construction business. I would have to do a kitchen remodel just to be able to hopefully net some profit out of that so that I can take that and invest in postage for the postcards.
After years of building Flikshop on his own, Marcus got into the Techstars business incubator and received his first big investment. He could finally hire employees and grow the business. Then, in March of 2020, the pandemic changed everything, and Marcus faced the possibility of having to lay off his new team.
When the pandemic started to sweep across the country, there were no more investment checks. I'm watching payroll go out the door, and I'm sweating bullets as the CEO that just asked a bunch of people to leave their awesome paying jobs to come work at a startup. I honestly thought it was over if we hadn't come up with a solution.
Their solution? A new service that connected people in prison to organizations that offered healthcare or legal representation, as well as information about employment or housing for those being released.
For years, we had been building this direct-to-consumer product, but we also knew that there was a growing community of corporations, other nonprofit agencies, and even defense lawyers that would want to be able to connect back to these same people. And over the next 2 weeks in March, I literally spent all day and night building a platform that we would end up duct taping and Elmer's gluing together.
They went from sending 10,000 postcards every week to sending tens of thousands of postcards every day. It was an additional revenue stream that stabilized the business and prevented layoffs.
Launching the enterprise platform was one of the things that allowed us to save our business.
One of Marcus's first employees was the original inspiration for starting Flikshop, his mom.
When Marcus came home, I was like, Marcus, leave that behind. That's your past. Leave the past in the past. And then when he came up with Flikshop, I'm like, oh God, this is crazy. Like, he's bringing this right in my face. And it took me a while to really understand how important it was with him, how important it is for our communities to understand that just because you have made a mistake, that you deserve a second chance. I don't hide behind the shame that my son was incarcerated.
It feels pretty amazing to know that I'm making my mom proud now. It's gotta be cool to see her son in environments that we probably weren't even smart enough to pray for. We never thought that this would be our lives. But today, I mean, yeah, that's all right.
Flikshop now has 8 full-time staff and has connected over 170,000 families back to their incarcerated loved ones.
The photos and postcards, those snapshots that I had into my loved ones' lives, that's really what kept me going. It positively reinforced all of the changes that I was making.
You know, most times it feels surreal to know that we're connecting tens of thousands of families every single week, every month. It's legacy building. It's an opportunity for my children to be able to see what the possibilities are, no matter the background. Because now I'm bigger than just a guy who was in prison. Now I'm a dad, I'm a brother, I'm a son. Now I'm a CEO. I couldn't do it on my own if we wanted to build a scalable business.